So I was bored and I was thinking about who has the best chance at being Belal. I came up with about 5 or 6 people, and it's gonna go to least likely to the most. And starting off on the list, Jeff Neal. I think Jeff Neal has a really good shot at being Belal. Still to this day, I think he's a really bad matchup. Like he's hard to take down, has really good boxing, and like he has already beaten Belal. Like he beat the brakes off of him a little bit. To be fair, Belal's striking has gotten way better since then, but not too much better where it will say like the matchup will go that much differently. I feel like Belal relies too much on the takedowns, and if he can get him, he will kind of get pieced up with a dude that has really good takedown defense like Jeff Neal. The problem is with Jeff Neal though, if it's a peak Jeff Neal, he would beat Belal in my opinion. However, he is too inconsistent to bet on him. He's like in that Figgy category where like if he's injured or something's wrong with him, he's gonna perform the worst he ever performed in his career. Like he'll beat the brakes off of Belal, but like if he's sick or something, he's losing to Neil Magny. So it's kind of hard to pick him. So like I would give him about a good 40%ish to beat Belal, still probably like 39. Like if it's a peak Jeff Neal, I will give him a good 55. But since Jeff Neal is too inconsistent, I will give him a good 39% to beat Belal. To this day, peak Jeff Neal, 55. Right now, Jeff Neal, a good 39. Especially he has no way to get to the bell. Like they're gonna try to give him protest or something. You know what? Something I hate that. Like I don't know why they keep giving like Jeff Neal the worst stylistic matchup for him. Like he has struggled with people who are rangy, tall dudes. Like that's literally his kryptonite. It's like his worst stylistic matchup. But like I don't know what the UFC is thinking, because like you could use him to get rid of some of these wrestlers that nobody won. Like I don't understand that. I don't know what the mindset here. Like Jeff Neal is literally how people see Buckley right now, a good anti-wrestler that could like knock out the grapplers that nobody wanted at the top. Like I don't know why the UFC didn't see him like that. Maybe promotion, maybe he's a little too inconsistent, maybe that's why. But like you could have like got rid of some of these guys. Instead you made him get rid of the fun ones. But yeah, but I would give Jeff Neal a good 39% to beat Belal. But anyways, moving on, next one's gonna be Ian Gary. I do think Ian Gary has a really good shot at being Belal. Just stylistically, I think it's a bad matchup for Belal. A long rangy dude that could fight on the back foot, has good footwork, and could like move around him, you know? I think that's a hard matchup for Belal. And Gary doesn't even have bad takedown defense. But then again, we don't really know a lot about his takedown defense other than the Shaka fight. And him and Belal are way two different styles and two different builds when it comes to the takedown. So I am a little worried. Maybe Belal will have more easier time to take him down. But then again, maybe Ian Gary has an easier shot to like push off Belal. But Ian Gary doesn't really have that big of the build. He's like 185 walking around. So he's not a big dude really. So I don't know. I would give him a good 45% to beat Belal. I don't think he's that trash, and I think he probably would beat Belal, but right now I would favor Belal still though, because we never saw him go against somebody with Belal's build, you know? Then again, we can also say that about Ian Gary. So I think he fought Randy Brown, did he? But I think Ian Gary is a way better striker than Randy Brown though. Maybe not as fast, but like he is a better striker than Randy Brown. And also better takedown defense, so we'll see. But anyways, moving on. Next up, JDM, baby. JDM has a good shot, I believe, because I initially picked JDM to beat Belal. It's just like now I can see him getting out-volumed and also getting taken down. But he still has a good shot to beat Belal. I'll give him about a good 44% to beat Belal. I think he's a tough matchup for Belal as well. It just, I don't know how good his takedown defense is. I'm a little worrisome, but like, I do think the fight would be competitive at least. Because Belal did make it competitive with Luque. I already said this before, but like, he did make it competitive with Luque. And if you're making it close with Luque, I think JDM would do decently. Because Luque also has been known to not have the best takedown defense, so. And he also rocked Belal in the fight, so I think JDM could do the same. He could finish him in the third or fourth, but I do favor Belal to beat him. But JDM does have a good style and has a good chance at knocking out Belal. I think so, because he could work the body, and Belal does have struggle if you pressure him too much. I noticed that in the Luque fight, he was like moving on the back foot and kind of piecing up Luque in moments, but like after a while, he started getting caught with shots he wasn't getting caught with before, because he started to gas. I started to notice that he does start to gas if you put a heavy pressure on him, and he stops getting the takedowns. I don't feel like Belal is going to be able to get a bunch of takedowns, but when he does, I feel like he's going to hold him down way longer. That's why I couldn't go with JDM, because he tried to be too technical getting back up, because he tries to flow too much, and that's worrisome for me, because he's going to waste like at least 2 minutes trying to get back up, and that's going to be like most of the round, and then Belal could just be on the back foot. Not really worrisome. So that's why I couldn't go with JDM, but I do think he has a really good shot at beating him. I'm getting swayed to picking JDM again. More I picture the fight, I'm like, he does have a good shot at beating him, but I already made the video. I'm not gonna remake it. So Belal will beat JDM, but JDM has a really good chance of beating Belal. But let's see. I hope he wins this Saturday, but he's probably not. But anyways, next up, Joaquin Buckley. I think he has a really good shot at beating Belal. He's basically how I see Jeff Neal, just a little bit different. Like, I think Jeff Neal is a better boxer and better on the feet than Buckley, but I think Buckley is better. Not better, but he's more explosive, more like, oh shoot, he's coming at you than like Jeff Neal, you know? Jeff Neal is more like a little bit more tuck up, boxing heavy, not really gonna do like an explosive movement like Buckley would. But I still think Buckley's good, and I think he would be Belal, and I will give him about a good 47% chance. I really do think Buckley's good, and I think he's improved a lot since moving down to middleweight. I feel like a lot of fighters at middleweight just had too much physicality for Buckley. So ever since he moved down, I do think he gotten better as a fighter. And it also has a big frame compared to a lot of them. And I would pick Buckley. I'm not gonna lie, I would pick him, but I would worry because he got taken down by Covington. I know Kobe didn't have that much damage when he was on top of Buckley, but like, if he's able to get you down after you just beat the brakes off him, I do kind of worry that he would break you in like the third and you're gassed in the fourth. But these are all hypotheticals, and I still would go with Buckley by like finish Belal in the third round, you know? And Buckley does watch tape. Like, he talked about how he will watch Wonder Boy like YouTube videos to see his habits and see his tendencies to like get a KO, and it worked. Back him up against the cage and then boom, he knocked him out. And also for Buckley, leg kicks will also be a big thing. Body shots will really give Belal issues. Those are the main things I notice in Belal's like weaknesses. If you could stuff the takedowns, go for those, because you can't really take those. I watched the Luque fight, like the leg kicks were really bothering Belal, and Jeff Neal and I think another guy had real success going to the body of Belal. Like, these are the main things I want Buckley to go for, because I think he would finish Belal if he doesn't. So moving on, next one on the list, Shaka Rakhmonov. I think Shaka would beat Belal. There's nothing to really worry about Belal in this matchup, in my opinion. Like, I would give Shaka a good 56% chance of winning. That's how confident I am. I'll make it about 53, but you get the point. Like, I don't see Belal like taking Shaka down. I think Shaka has really good takedown defense, and if he does try to take down Shaka, I feel like Shaka will get him against the fence, knee him to the body, and just finish him there. Like, I don't really see how Belal wins. Like, I think Shaka has more pop when it comes on the feet. Maybe Belal is slightly more technical, but I don't really think it matters here, because it's not like an Ian Gary or like a Wonder Boy where you're gonna be more frustrated on the feet. It's Belal Muhammad with like decent boxing. Like, I can't go with that. Especially, you don't really have pop in your shots, and I think you need power to get like Shaka's respect, and I don't think he will. So I think Shaka beats him, and I think he would finish him in the third round. Shaka Rakhmonov. The way JDM says his name is so funny. But yeah, that's pretty much it. There's nothing else to talk about. I hope JDM wins this weekend, but I doubt it. These are the most likely people that would beat Belal, in my opinion. So I hope you liked the video. I hope it was a good watch, and that's pretty much it. Shaka Rakhmonov. It's so fun to say.